Greeting to you all out there. We meet again for the next lecture, God and Creation 5. This is about acceptance. Now, we recapitulate what we had learned there the last time. And this is a graph. You can see Allah, all wise. And then there's a low mahfuz in the middle. Low mahfuz is complete. I see on the right hand side of the low mahfuz in green, nothing was omitted. The best provision because from all wise, nothing omitted because all wise, and with the approval, with his approval, everything there uh, listed in the low mahfuz uh, is approved by the Almighty, all wise. Hence, no change in low mahfuz, so nothing is omitted, and therefore it is firm. And by the way, it's already uh, commenced, Now it's 4.6 billion years. And therefore, being that law of Malthus is complete, perfect, no change, the best, and so on, we have therefore to accept this. When we accept this, we also accept predestination. Now, we go into predestination. Predestination, each to its own. What is predestination? It's actually everything has been uh, fixed for you. Before you were born, all about you already been uh, fixed by the Almighty in His plan, which is called Ruh Mahfuz, from A to Z. From the day you are created until the day, when you have the beginning, or the day you begin until the day you end. Everything has been fixed in the low mahfuz. That's why it's complete, perfect, no change, nothing. So we have to follow what has been fixed for us. We just cannot change it. It's already in the plan, and the plan already moving. The plan which have, as the science gave you, 5 years phase, 6 years phases. We are in the third phase. So they're moving. You can't do anything. You have to accept it because perfect, complete, nothing is omitted, and therefore whatever listed in there, fixed in there that you have to do, not to do, your life and so on, you have to follow it. There is no question of choosing. This is what Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jalani had said. You have no choice but to obey. Okay? So predestination is everything already fixed for you. Nothing is omitted, firm. You can't change it. So you can see this. But those endued with knowledge and faith will say, indeed, you will live according to Allah's decree to the day of resurrection. You will live according to what He had fixed for you until the day of resurrection. And this destiny have been tied to his neck, so it cannot run away. Now, you understand, everyone have his own destiny. Everyone have his own predestination. Everyone. Now you look here, husband and wife. Wife has his own, has her own predestination. Husband has his own predestination. You must understand this because you cannot expect the wife to be in accordance to your women fancy, and likewise the wife cannot expect you to be in accordance with her women fancy. Both of you have your own respective predestination or destiny that you will walk alone in this path of your destiny respectively. Even though you husband and wife. And so much so, this is proven when this couple or a couple break off, divorce, then you can see each walk on their own. But in actual fact, they are actually walking on their own respectively, except they chose to live together, to be amicable, to work together, but each has his own destiny. You can't change that. It's already fixed. Okay. So you see, even Prophet Noah or even Prophet Lord, no Lord or Prophet Lord or Prophet Noah, their wife were ostracized or were out, not in line with them. In the case of Noah, the wife was drowned with all the unbelievers. In the case of Prophet Lot, the wife was turned to statue. So each has his own destiny, my God. You must accept it. Even if your children too have their own destiny. You may want them to be a lawyer, but they do not want they be a fisherman. You want them to be beautiful. No, they want to be hippies. Ugly, one not up to them. I'm not saying hippies ugly, but they want to be hippies. Okay. You want them to be educated. They do not want. They want their own way. They want to be musicians, singers, whatnot. They have their own destiny. Even though your children, you do not control their destiny. The one that controls their destiny is God, and is already fixed in the Lok Mahfuz. That is the divine plan, Lok Mahfuz. Okay, and you can see this. Prophet Noah, Prophet Noah, Prophet Noah say, "Oh God, this is my son. Why you drown him? He's my son." And God said, "Oh no, he's not of your family because of his unrighteous conduct. So ask not of me that of which you thou had no knowledge. I give thee counsel lest thou act like the ignorant." You should know better than ask him. So even how close your friends are, each has their own destiny, respective you can control. Verily thou cannot guide right everyone whom thou love. Cannot. But it's God who guides them, guides him that will to be guided, that wills to be guided. You can control the destiny of your friend, your children, your wife, your close one, anybody. You cannot control the destiny. Only God controls their destiny. They follow the destiny as fixed by God in the Lok Mahfuz or the divine plan. And everything depends on God. That's why all Allah, the eternally besought of all, everything depend on Allah, on God. You have no say about anything. He has fixed the destiny. People will follow this destiny, and there's no two ways about it. Say, even if you had remained in your homes, those for whom death was decreed would certainly have gone forth to the place of their death. So even you stay home, but it has been destined that you have to die of tsunami in Thailand, Phuket. You will go there. Suddenly you change your mind, you want to go holiday, you take a flight and you go to Phuket, and unfortunately the tsunami came and you died. Why must you go? Because it's destiny. It's your destiny. You can't change that. Nobody can change that. Okay? So Professor Stephen Hawking said, so it's hard to imagine that free will can operate. Therefore, free will is just an illusion. We are governed, by physical law. Eh? See, free will can operate if our behavior is still. How can free will operate if our behavior is determined by physical law? So, free will is just an illusion. There's no free will. Our life has been fixed in the book of life. You call it takdir, and this is in the law mahfuz, the divine plan. You can't change it. They say, did we then have any power of decision on the, can we somehow uh, participate in this decision making? And God said, no way. Verily all power of decision does rest with God. Say all things were from Allah. That means all we control. But what had come to these people that they failed to understand a single logic? Now, to understand this, whether everything has been written, you look at the story of Adam. He ate the forbidden fruit and he was chastised by Moses and say, because of you, we are all kicked out from paradise. And what did Adam answer? That this has been written down 40 years before I was born. I'm sorry, this is in a Malay, it is what we interpreted, but the interpretation is when Moses say, why you ate the forbidden food and we are kicked out from heaven, paradise, and Adam say, look, this had been written down 40 years before I was born. And when I was born, I just follow what has been written. Okay? So, you see, in this way, Adam is saying to us, Prophet Adam is saying, look, everything has been written down. You have no say but to follow. So, if you understood what I had said before, then you realize there's nothing more to do but to be in total submission to His will. Okay? So we see total submission, and therefore the Prophet, our holy Prophet, the Messenger Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "I'm commanded to be the first of those who surrender unto Him." Look, you cannot do anything. You can't change your destiny. You must adhere to it, thick and thin and what is to thick and what can remember the word. No matter how you have to stick to this. There's no way you can change it. If that's what I meant. You have to follow your destiny. There's no way for you to change it. So what to do? Surrender, total submission to His will. So you can change it and join it. And the Prophet said, I have surrendered myself to God, and so have those who followed me. That means the people of Muhammad or his Ummah followed him. And that what is meant by Islam. Islam is absolute submission to the will of Allah. So he had willed it that this is your life book. He had willed it since the day he said, be, the plan was there. And we have no choice but to follow this book of life that had been uh, created at a time when he said be, commanded be. We have to follow this submission to the will of Allah. That is His will, the book of life, for us to follow. So if you have a total submission, then you can be like this guy, Joe Cool, cool. Okay? In order to be cool, don't blame Allah. Don't blame Him. Whatever you suffered, that is a test for you. much better person, much better believer, and so on, right? But when you say you have, when you been tried and then you say, "Oh, my Lord had humiliated me," and that is wrong. He tried you to make you a better person, not to humiliate you. Huh? So it's wrong for you to say he humiliated me. And you are blaming him in a matter you are in. You are an unbeliever. This is Syekh Abdul Qadir opinion. He say that you blame Allah. You are an unbeliever on account of your finding fault with Allah by accusing him of being unjust when in fact he was not. Okay. So do not resent him, even if you dislike the manifestation of his action vis-a-vis you, and even if the action is injurious to you. Instead, you should be thankful, patient, accept, and be pleased with him. You must also put all resentment, blames, and acts of disobedience, mentally or otherwise, towards him, as this could lead you astray from his path. So what Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jalani is saying, if you could not accept, if you cannot accept predestination and every mishap befalling you, you blame Allah, then he says that you may be that you may be you could be astray from the correct path. So have to be careful not to criticize Allah and whatever mishap you are experiencing. That's why Allah said, "Can the blind be held equal to the seeing?" That means if you understood this well, you won't blame Allah for anything. And woe to you for the false thing you ascribe him. Glory to Allah is free from the thing you ascribe. So when people are angry because of misfortune, whatnot, he always blame the Almighty. Why is my life like this? Why is my life a lot of problems? Why must I marry you? Right? Why must I know you? Why must I set up this company and it flounder? Why? Why God you can give me something good? Why every time misfortune? Now you blame God. And that's wrong. Say Sheikh Abdul Qadir say that if you did that, then you could be astray. So you have to be careful because God is free from all those things you ascribe to him. So never blame God. Never question him. Never question why like this, why like that, why like this. Oh no, you cannot question him. Behold, when the God asked the angel to bow down. Now, bear in mind this Lucifer and his henchman, the Satans, were at one time part of the angel. So when God asked them to bow down to Adam, all the others bow down except for Lucifer, Iblis, and his cronies. They refused to bow down, right? That's why they say, "Will thou place therein one who will make mischief therein and shed blood?" Are you going to make a vicegerent on earth, people who make mischief and shed blood? Well, we are celebrating praises and glories to you in your name. You appointing them. They can't see the logic of it. They can't see the point where Allah appointed Adam, who done nothing, and who will in future his generation will kill each other, fight each other, and whatnot. Why don't appoint them who have been very subservient, holistic, and so on to Allah? Why don't join them, appoint them? Why must be human beings? See? And because of that, Allah said, "I know what you don't know." Okay? And because they failed to prostrate to Adam, and see, Allah, they become rebel against the Lord command. See? No way. The Satan with the cigar said, "No way to bow down to Adam." And so Get thee down from this. And there he goes, bye bye. So never question Allah. Never, never, never. And don't ask why. This guy with his tongue. Why? Because Jesus said, why is a gateway, is the gateway to hell. Because Allah cannot be questioned for his acts. And there will be questioned, and we will be questioned for ours. Okay? Like for example, Noah questioned God, look, God, he's my son. Why did you drown him? So what God said, ask not of me that of which thou hast no knowledge. I give thee counsel because I don't want you to act like ignorance. Okay? So it is the case in the flood. Right? So don't ask why. Don't complain. Total submission to me, no complaining. Verily, most calamity befalling the son of Adam are due to their complaint against him. Okay. Verily, a man is born with a restless disposition. As a rule, whenever misfortune touches him, he feels with self pity. Whenever good fortune comes to him, he selfishly withholds it from others. That is human being. Okay? So you can see the fourth one is don't complain. The fifth one is accept predestination. Okay, that is total submission. 5 points you have to take note. You must accept predestination because it is now number six, uh, number five of the Islamic principle. Believe in the Allah, the God, believe in God, believe in the angel, believe in the prophet, believe in this Qiyamah, Armageddon, and then believe in predestination. Five. It's become the principle of faith, principle of Islam, no? The Islamic principle. Five. Believe in Allah, believe in the angel, believe in the book, believe in the prophet, believe. Sorry, this is principle of faith. This is principle of faith. Very sorry, principle of faith. Six of them. Believe in Allah, believe in the angel, believe in the book, believe in the prophet, believe the Armageddon, believe in the predestination. It becomes part of the principle of faith. If you don't believe in this, you don't adhere to this, you do not accept it, okay, then you have not yet become a faithful believer. And this is what it says. You must note that the calamity which written for you will happen, and those not written will not happen. You think otherwise, then your place in hell. In short, it means you think you can change uh, predestination. You think you could or you can, then your place is in hell. Okay? So you can't change that. And and if you are visited by calamity, don't say, if only I did something like this, it won't happen. No. You sit like that, then you're opening the door to Satan to tempt you. What you should have said, Allah had written it down, and this will happen. Okay? So there's another tradition which the Prophet has said, if you don't believe in predestination, whatever charity you made in gold or in silver in gold, God will reject it if you did not accept predestination. Okay? And this is the book that we will live. This is the book that is given to us. And we live according to this book. That's why those who have knowledge will say, you will live according to this book until the day of resurrection. So you have total submissions, you don't object to it, okay? And then you have here, as the next point is, let me see, total submission. Total submissions, that is, you don't blame him, Don't question him. Don't ask why. Don't complain. Accept predestination. That is total submission, okay, for you. And then with the acceptance, you see what happened. Acceptance brings knowledge. If you really have the knowledge of God, verily He will teach you a knowledge that you will never ever be ignorant. So you will realize that, as I said earlier in the in my earlier of this lecture, that even husband and wife have their own respective predestination book. Even brothers, sisters, siblings, they have their own. Even children and parents have their own respectively. Even friends have their own. Okay? That you are doing according to the book, not what you wish. According to the book. Everything you did according to the book. Okay? That's why you can see here, he did say, I did it not of my own accord. Okay? And how can you understand, have patience about something you don't understand? Here is the parting between you and me. Actually, it's also applicable. If you do not have this total submission, you do not understand this concept, how can you understand what is going on? You can't. You must understand what it means by total submission, and then you can accept everything that goes on, or everything that go on, followed strictly to the book of life or the Takdir, which is in the Lok Mahfuz. It will, whatever you do, strictly adhere to this plan or the book of life. No way you can change it. Okay? And every one of us have their respective book of life. They will live accordingly. So if you can understand this, then you know that you cannot control anybody. You cannot control anyone. If you understand this concept, if you understood it well, then you realize that you cannot control anyone. But these people are controlled by their own respective predestination, not you. So we take example like this case, right? Predestination. The brother, the older brother, uh, held a wedding for his son, and the younger brother did not attend the wedding, and you see they quarrel. Why didn't you come to my son's wedding? The elder brother was very angry, want to hit the younger brother. Now this is where you can see very clearly when a person has no knowledge that would teach him a lot of things, that he will no longer be ignorant. He should understand that the younger brother did not attend his son's wedding. Is already written, is already predestined. So why is he angry? He should not. Because if it's predestined, the brother come to his son wedding, the, the younger brother will come by hook or by crook. Because it's written that he will not going, is written, so he cannot disobey. So he did not come. So you can accept that he did not come, not his fault, but it's written in the book. Then there should not be any quarrel. So you see, the accepting predestination bring about understanding. You see, bring about bring about knowledge. Things about knowledge. You have knowledge that he did not attend your son's wedding, so it's predestined. What is there to be angry? What is there to be angry? It's predestined. Okay. So you can see also another predestination case. Why didn't you visit me in the hospital? the elder brother very angry. How many weeks I'm in the hospital? You never come and visit me. Why you don't want to come home? Very angry. Here again, if you understood the concept of predestination, he did not visit you because predestined that way. If you can understand the concept, you will never be angry with anyone. Similarly, this one, the brother also angry. Why were you absent at that funeral? Wow, angry, why you absent at that funeral? And this one, why didn't you come to my house on Hari Raya Day? All these are predestined. Why they cannot come? So listeners, listen to me. If you accept predestination, which you must accept if you are believers, Muslim, because it's the uh, six pillars of the pillars of faith, six pillars in the or the six principle of faith. That is predestination. You have to accept. If you have to accept, if you can accept it, then you are not angry. If a brother didn't come to visit you in the hospital, you won't be angry. It was predestined. A brother who did not come to your son's wedding, you are not predestined. Right? A brother who didn't visit you on a holy day, it's okay, predestined. So in many situations, you can see clearly this is because of predestination, and you can be cool about it. You're not angry. Because if predestined, he cannot go, he cannot go. No otherwise. If you think you can change predestination, the prophet, the messenger, so the messenger said, your place is in heaven. Okay? So acceptance brings knowledge, acceptance brings peacefulness. Yeah? And no bearer of burden shall be made to bear another's burden. And you forgive and overlook and cover up their fault. Verily Allah is oft most forgiving and most cool. You can be cool because anything happen, you say is predestined. What to be angry? Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. When everything happens, it means to Allah we belong and to Him is our return. That means everything is predestined. There's nothing to be angry because you can challenge your predestination. And because of that, you can be calm. You are not angry. And he would send down tranquility into the heart of the believers that they may add faith to their faith. You look at it. You have a new mate from Indonesia. Not even 1 week she wants to go back. Wife homesick. Now, if you accept predestination, you won't be angry. You send her back. If she say, I'm sorry, sir, I had to trouble you to come a few days to your home. Now I want to go back. I'm sorry. If you have knowledge, total submission, and you will likely to say to him, never mind, this has been predestined. Okay? That you can work only for me for a few days. You are not angry. Similarly, you see where your wife ran away with a Bangladesh, the Bangladeshi ran away, and you saw her and she said, "Bye bye, Joe," like that. Now you won't be angry because it has to be that way because predestined. What is there to be angry? Predestined. So you learn to be patient, and you see your son died of drug addiction. You're not angry to him, neither you are angry with yourself, because to you it is fated to be that way. Nothing can change it. Only Allah can change it, but if Allah doesn't want to change it, so it will come to that end, because it's written that way. Similarly, you know, your daughter had an illegitimate child. Now, if you don't have the knowledge, you will be very, very angry, might even kill her. But if you have this knowledge, you accept it, that is her faith, you know. You won't be angry with her because it's already predestined that way. And you even can help and support her to be back on main ground again, rather than she off the ground. You can help her if you understood this concept. Similarly, your son become a drinker, addicted drinker, right? Always every night come home, smell of alcohol, uh, dizzy, whatnot, and so on, drunk and came back home that way. You will not be angry. You would not give him a long lecture, whatnot, your son. You won't. You accept this as predestination. It's no choice but to adhere to that. Whether good or bad, what is the merit of this? Is you leave it to Allah. Surely He knows what He's doing, and what He did is nothing in vain. So you see again, son addicted to gambling. Again, even you tell him many times, he won't listen because that make him a gambler is in the book. That will not make him a gambler also in the book. And the book has been passed, moved, you cannot change it until the day of resurrection also. You can't do it. So when you accepted this, you are not angry even to your children, to your wife, to friends, whatnot. Although it affect you, but this is destination, predestination. I give you an example. You in the restaurant and the waiter trip and caused to to the curry to fall onto your dress, and that was a beautiful and expensive dress, and the curry uh, tainted the, the whole dress. Now, if you have not have had this knowledge and submission and acceptance, you will definitely angry with not only the waitress but also the restaurant itself. You cannot, you just could not forgive them because this expensive dress is now tainted by the curry because the nurse the waitress slipped and fell. Now, but on the other hand, if you have this knowledge, you will say inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun, and you know that this thing happened because it's already fated. So it's the point to be angry. It's already done, fated, done. What is there to be angry? And you can accept this happening. Okay? So you still remain cool, even though your son is whatever this drug addict, gamblers and whatnot. You still, or your wife ran away with a Bangladeshi and what, you can still be cool because you know each treat it a tread on their own predestination path, not together. So the most you can say, cool baby, huh? So this legend, Malay legend, Luncai, and that's what they say. Let Luncai jump with his pumpkin, and what the answer? Let it be, let it be, let it be. Because why? His predestination is like that. You can't change it. Okay. So rejection of predestination may cause problem. You see here. Invite to the way of thy Lord with wisdom and beautiful preaching, and argue with them in ways that are best and most gracious. For thy Lord knows what best, who has stayed from his path and who has received guidance. That means if you reject, if they reject predestination, try to talk nicely to them, bring them back to the proper path. Okay? Speak to them mildly, perchance they will come back. Right? But if you seize them by force, then you seize them like a tyrant, they won't come back. Okay? It is part of the mercy of Allah that thou deal gently with them. Were not thou severe or harsh-hearted, they would have broken away from about thee. So listeners, please understand this. Everything that we do, God must know. Everything that we do, He must approve. He must know because He's wise. He must approve because His power is all powerful. And everything we do, not only He must know, He must have recorded it somewhere. And that is the record is called Loh Mahfuz. And the point is that when He say be the Loh Mahfuz, that is the divine plan, is already completed. The planning is completed, and according to sign, because the Quran says 6 phases, and we count from the science, it is 12 billion years. Now we're at 4.6 billion years. That means this building, this divine plan has moved. Okay, so in this divine plan, I have the book of life, or book of life, each and every one of us. We must follow it. There's no two ways about it. We must adhere to it 100%. We must follow it. We can't change it. We live according to what has been written in our book of life. You can't change it. You can't do anything. If you accept this, then there is acceptance. Once you accept that you can change the book of life, neither yours or others, you realize others also treat on their path of their own predestination. They act according to their own predestination. So therefore, a brother who didn't come to visit you in the hospital when you are sick, he didn't go and visit you because he acts according to his predestination. When the book says no visit, so he no visit. Similarly, I'll give you an example that your brother didn't come to your son wedding, you will be angry. No, it's predestination. So once you accept this predestination, there is total submission. Once you accept predestination and there's total submission, then your life is different. Your outlook of life is different. You see, you will not be angry to anybody because you realize whatever he did in compliance, total compliance with the life, the book of life. Total compliance. You have to act according. So the book of life is like your script, you are the actor. You have to comply with it 100%. So any mishap or whatnot, you will never be angry. The most you say Inna Lillahi wa Inna Ilaihi Raji'un. That means it come from him, it come back from him. He has the power to do everything, not you. So once he fix something, you have to comply with it. There's no two ways about it. Okay? So uh, once you accepted this, and you have a total submission in that you know everyone follow their own destiny, you cannot control it, then you can forgive and forget that people done something wrong to you, not because he wants to, but he has to, because it's written in the book. He has no choice but to do what is written. In that way you can forgive him. You can forgive him. And therefore you can see many incidents where people forgive, like in World War One, countries fought against each other. Same as in World War Two, many killed and so on. But now everything over, we forgive and forget because most of us accept predestination. If you don't accept, then you will not accept that the atrocity done in the previous years. So you won't accept. But you believe that everyone treat on his own predestination. There's nothing to disagree or to hate or what. Nothing. Because if it's written, he must kill you. He must kill you. There's no two ways about it. If he must, it's written, you must swindle him, he will swindle you. So you will not be angry because you know it's already written. Everybody has to follow it. Same like you. No? So once you have accept this as total submission, oh Muhammad, be you the first to submit. And the prophet, I'll be the first to submit, and also those who followed me, we also submit. Okay. So once you accept this, right, you can live peacefully with all person, states, and whatnot. You see, the Japanese, their atrocities in Malaysia and in Singapore, and yet most of us accept this as destiny, predestined. So we can forget the Japanese atrocities, and they can come to our countries and invest, study, marry, and whatnot, because we can forgive and forget. So, if you accepting predestination, yes, you can forgive and forget. But if you don't accept predestination, that is where you become cruel, vengeful. You will commit suicide if there's no out, there's no exit to your problem. Okay? Because and you will not never be tranquil because there is hatred in you, vengeance in you, and so on. So so you can see uh, the 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 Chinese, the South Korean could not accept Prime Minister of Japan Abe going to the temple, uh, which have the tablet of the notorious general who caused a lot of atrocities in China. So they objected. Similarly, the Jews still now cannot forgive the uh, Christian in Europe because they blame the Christians in Europe causing the great loss of life to them during the Holocaust time. Okay? But we in Asia, we accept predestination. We forgive the Japanese. They can come invest. They can come stay with us and all that. So when you accept predestination, your life change because your life change because now you accept the principle. Everybody has his own destiny. Everybody has to act according to his destiny, and you cannot do anything. You accept the situation. You accept also yourself. You cannot do anything because predestined. So the only thing left is total submission to his plan or to his predestination. That total submission and that to his will, and that is Islam. Islam is said to be total submission to his will. Okay, so if you have accept predestination and you have made total submission, and that is the way to go, and that is Islam. You can forgive, forget, and you can start a life afresh. You know, without have to remember the previous incidents. You don't need because that already predestined. It has to pass. So once you accept predestination, your life will change and is for the better. We, so, listeners out there, so if you accept uh, predestination, you will not be as cruel as this man because the daughters will not listen to him. He used physical force because he did not see that the daughter has her own predestination and he too has his own. She will treat or walk on a line of predestination, the path of predestination, and you too. You cannot force her to walk on your path of predestination. It's wrong. No, because you cannot accept predestination and you become violent. You beat, uh, you hit your own daughter, or you become violent, a wife to a husband. You pull his hair because he will not do things your way. You must accept everyone on his own. They will not follow you, they follow their own line of predestination. See? So even a kid like this, you torture because you just cannot have this kid disobey you. But he has his own predestination. You have your own. He has to follow his way, not your way. And his way is a predestination. Okay? You can't accept predestination, you may even up killing people. Okay? Because you can accept that person, said something about you, whereas he's predestined to say it. You can accept it, you kill, or you even kill yourself by throwing yourself into the lake because you cannot accept predestination. So it's very difficult if you did not have accept predestination. It's difficult for you to have a tranquil living, tranquil mind, peaceful living, because you just cannot accept people as they are. People as they are people with their own destiny. You cannot accept that. See? So what you have to do once you have accept the predestination, once you have accepted the predestination, then you must trust in Allah. If anyone put his trust in Allah, sufficient is for him. That means once you trust, you accept predestination, you must accept that he is all wise. So anything he has made fated to be predestined, it must be for good reason. For this, Professor Ramadan Al Buti had said that if he fix something which is useless, he cannot be God. So everything he fixed as predestination must be excellent and good for you. Okay, so you must trust in Him. That when you accept predestination, you must trust in Him, and there must be forbearance. eh? Those who have left their homes or been driven out therefrom, or suffered harm in my cause, or fought or been slain, verily I will blot out from them their iniquities, and admit them into gardens with rivers flowing beneath. A reward from the presence of Allah, and from His presence is the best of rewards. So if you accept predestination and hold on to Allah, you see, He rewarded you handsomely. And whoever submit his whole self to Allah and is a doer of good, has grasped indeed the most trustworthy handhold, and with Allah rests the end and decision of all affairs. So, one thing I will say to our listeners, that once you hang on to Allah, you are like being the husk of a coconut. That husk, you push into the water, it will come back again, come up again. No? You can sing the husk of the coconut, like that. So hold on to Allah, trust Him. Uh, whoever whoever put his trust in Allah, He will make sure that you are have for yourself sufficient enough to have for yourself to go on living. He make sure it's sufficient for you. To trust in Him, He makes sure that everything is sufficient for you. Okay. So not only trust Him, you must be patient also. Okay. But they never lost heart if they met with disasters in Allah's way. Nor did they weaken in will, nor give in. And Allah do love those who are steadfast. Whatever, you must be brave, you must hang on to Him, and you must be patient. Look, this gentleman has no legs, and yet see, steadfastly praying to Allah, right? Steadfastly holding on to Allah, and and think, uh, you must hang on to Allah as this gentleman. Excuse me. And keep thy soul content with those who call on their Lord morning and evening, seeking his face. Always be patient, accept your situation, and accord with Allah, and thereafter go along with this will, this will. Stick on to him, okay? And keep silence, you know? And silence means you keep silent. Now, whatever thing you have come across, hardship, whatnot, don't grumble, don't, short fuse, angry, and all that. Keep quiet, keep quiet. Accept it notably, honorably, keep quiet. Hang on to Allah. This is predestination. I accept it, keep quiet, hang on to Allah. Trust that He will give you a way out. So they know that what that safety lies in having silence and in contemplation. Being pious an hour work, reasonable is a 2 hours job, but having knowledge of God is an unending job. So you have knowledge of God. So you know better. Surely if the service to Allah consists of 10 parts, you know 9 are but in silence. Keep quiet. Whatever you go through hardship, keep quiet. Allah knows. This is predestination. He will give you a way out, so you don't have to worry. Okay? Be contented. Be happy with what you have and be God fearing. And not let your sight be astray from Him. You only hold on to Him. Be happy. Be God fearing. Okay? Virtue lies in accepting one current situation and being contented with it. If Allah gives you this your present way of life, be happy with it. Because this is predestination. If later on He want to make your life better, He can do so. It will also in the predestination in your life. So just have accept what you have and hope for the best that along the line your predestination become better. Okay. So just be content with what you are and be hopeful, God willing, your life will be much improved as your predestination move. Okay. Well pleased is God with them, and well pleased are they with Him. This is a triumph supreme. So you're happy with Allah, with God. Allah will happy, or God will be happy with you. Acceptance from Allah is the acceptance with the supreme triumph. Of course, once the Lord accepted you, then your life will be blessed. Okay. But are thou at soul, or are thou soul at peace? Return unto thy Lord, content his good pleasure. Enter thou among my bondmen, enter thou my garden. So you are happy with Lord Allah. Allah will ask you to join his people that already happy with him and enter his garden, paradise. So once you accept the predestination, you have made a total submission. You hang on to him. Okay, hang on to him for your life. Hang on to him. Okay, and he's happy with you. You are happy with him. You are contented. He will invite you to join his people and to enter the paradise. None enter paradise with his deed, but rather because of Allah acceptance. So am I. But best for the righteous is the home in the hereafter. Will you not understand? So there is a point there. Best for the righteous is the home in the hereafter. Will you not understand? In the hereafter, you get paradise that you can't imagine the beauty of it. So, what is the grumbling about a few short life of misery, whatnot? If you trust in Him, you accepted the predestination, you submit your whole self to Him, you know He will give you a reward beyond your imaginations. Don't you want that? So there's no point of arguing, grumbling, not happy, all that because it's already predestined. You can't do anything. The plan has moved. Okay, so you have to follow the movement. Tomorrow will be today. Today will be yesterday. You can't do anything. So if you accept predestination in your life, you trust Him, you submitted wholeheartedly to Him, He will reward you with paradise that beyond human imagination. So, listeners out there, please do not fall at predestination because it is fixed by God all wise. Since He's all wise, predestination for each one of us must be good. If He fixed predestination which is bad, useless, then He cannot be God. So the predestination He made for us is the best for us. Live according to the predestination, accept it, and then live accordingly and with total submission to Him, believing that it's the best for you to comply with what uh, predestination has listed for you. So you live according to predestination, be happy, trust in Allah, and inshallah, God willing, your predestination ahead will be much better, and you will live a blissful life, blessed by Him in the world here and the world hereafter. Okay, so I stop